Chapter 14. Alice, her heart pounding like a drum against her ribs, navigated the labyrinthine tunnels beneath the palace, the rough-hewn walls closing in on her, the darkness pressing against her like a suffocating blanket. She stumbled through the passage, her silver gown snagging on protruding roots and jagged stones, her breath catching in her throat with each echoing footstep. She reached into a hidden pocket, her fingers brushing against the cool glass of a vial. Invisibility. It was a risky move, but she had no choice. She uncorked the vial and downed the shimmering liquid, her body tingling as she vanished from sight. Alice was raised by kitchen witches and always carried an array of potions for emergency situations. She hid in her closet to put on a black dress and veil, leaving her feet bare. She took a deep breath and said the spell to release the magic concealing her. With a newfound confidence, she slipped out of her chambers, her bare feet padding silently against the polished floor. She had to reach Elliot's office, to concoct a believable alibi, to deflect suspicion and buy herself some time. But as she neared her destination, two guards materialized from the shadows, their faces grim, their eyes narrowed with suspicion. "Lady Alice," one of them said, his voice a low growl, "we have been searching for you." Alice, her heart sinking, forced a smile, her voice trembling slightly. "Oh, hello there. I was just returning from a walk in the gardens. The fresh air helps to clear my head." The guards exchanged a skeptical glance, their eyes lingering on her bare feet. "Indeed, my lady," one of them replied, his voice laced with a thinly veiled disbelief. "Perhaps you would care to accompany us to Lord Elliot's office. He is most eager to see you." Alice, her hopes of a clean escape dashed, nodded silently, her mind racing, desperately trying to concoct a believable lie. She was escorted to Elliot's office, the grand doors opening to reveal a scene of controlled chaos. Elliot, his face etched with worry and a barely contained fury, paced the length of the room, his amethyst eyes blazing with a dangerous light. "Alice," he exclaimed, his voice a mixture of relief and accusation. "Where have you been? I've been searching for you everywhere." Alice, summoning all her acting skills, let out a sob, her body trembling with feigned grief. "Oh, Elliot," she cried, her voice cracking with emotion. I couldn't sleep. I learned about Charles, and I went to the tombs of heroes. I wanted to be close to him, to feel his presence, to say goodbye." She gestured towards her simple black morning gown, a stark contrast to the opulent finery of the palace. "I've been wandering the tombs all night, lost in my grief. I didn't realize how much time had passed." Elliot, his anger momentarily forgotten, his concern overriding his suspicion, rushed towards her, his arms enfolding her in a tight embrace. "Oh, Alice," he murmured, his voice filled with a tenderness that made her skin crawl. "I was so worried. I feared the worst." It was in that moment that Elliot knew he was falling in love with Alice.